Hi there, Robert Wolf here with Terra Firma Business and Financial Consultants. I'm an asset coach and a tax strategist. Thanks so much for joining us in our YouTube channel. If you are not a subscriber, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and go ahead and tag the little gray bell so that way you get notified as we update new content and videos to this channel. Also, if you like anything that you hear today in this video, this content, please feel free to give us a thumbs up and go ahead and add any comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas, that sort of stuff. That way, we like to use that feedback and that information to help build out the community and support other small business owners, which is what you are. So let's go ahead and dive into this article here. This particular article was written in July 14th. Two big inflation stories emerge. So as you know, we talk about what we call economic termites, right? Taxes, inflation, time, laws and regulations, and debt, the 5 termites that we talk about. And so as we see articles, we want to commentate on them and see kind of what rhetoric, what information we can gather from these particular articles. So there's a lot of inflation news right now and tax news, as you can imagine. So pandemic pressures linger, but new pressures emerge. I think the government is enjoying the opportunity to use this quote unquote pandemic as a reason for their mismanagement of economic situations. And we'll leave politics out of it and personal opinions out of it as much as I possibly can. But I am extremely frustrated and angry and disappointed at how things have transpired. And the numbers are starting to follow suit. Beginning of last year, right when the pandemic started, they shut down the economy. I started talking about inflation numbers once they passed the CARES Act. That inflation numbers are going to come up. And now guess what? A year later, we're starting to see that. So Bureau of Labor Statistics published on Tuesday show that consumer price index rose 5.4% over last year, a headline base of 4.5 on a core basis. That measure strips out more volatile components like food and energy. So they're taking out the things like food and gas prices and energy prices. Those are things that affect us as well, those inflation numbers. And so these numbers are actually really high, are much higher because we're taking the food and energy out of it. These are the highest since August of 2008. What happened in 2008, right? The financial crisis that started in October of 07 and started in March of 07 and ended in October of October of 07 through March of 09, so that 18-month period. So, and then in 1991, same thing. We had high inflations in that period of time as well. And if you remember, that was the Kuwait situation with Iraq invading Kuwait and stuff. So let's see here. Question how now emerges and whether more durable price pressures are starting to crop up. Well, yes. They specifically use used car and truck rose by 10.5%. Why? Well, we can't get new cars. Why? Because chips aren't being delivered from China to put into these vehicles, to new cars. Which even new cars we've seen an increase. Well, of course, there's not a lot of new cars because the computer chips aren't being delivered. So what's going to happen? People still need to buy vehicles. A car breaks down. They need to add a car. They have a new driver in the household, whatever the case may be. They're going to start going to used cars. And so the cost of used cars is going up. Supply and demand is the basics of inflation, right? Categories which are clearly being influenced by demand crunches supply disruptions in summer vacation season. Well, summer vacation season, I think, is a little bit misleading. I think they're maybe kind of using that as a convenience right now. But yeah, demand and supply disruptions. Why? Because you shut down the economy. Why? Because you were worried people were going to get sick. And I'm not talking about coronavirus existing or not existing. I'm not talking about that. I know it's real. I know there's been some serious illnesses from that. But at the end of the day, the overbearing frustration that I see with regards to what happened with the shutdown is that we were told that millions and millions of people were going to pass away, but in actuality, the death rates year over year still look the same. We shut down the entire economy due to people getting ill. The flu. Yes, it was a bad one. I'm not talking about it whether it was bad or it wasn't. It did affect people really bad, and it also, at the same time, it didn't affect people. There's many people who haven't gotten it. Okay, and so at the same time, what are we going to do? Well, now they're using these terms of transitionary, right? Transitionary as a way to say, well, this is only temporary. Well, guess what? Once companies start seeing that people are willing to pay for these dollars and cents, do you think everyone's just going to reduce all their prices? No. So people, the demand of things and goods are what causes the supply and demand, right? It's basic economics. And so the rent, we're seeing rent increasing by 25%. Why? Well, they're in this article, I believe it was this article, they're blaming the 2008 financial crisis, the shutdown of real estate and builders. You're going to tell us that over 10 years ago it's affecting us today? No, we've had economic growth since that period of time. You can't use 2008 as a reason. But one of the things that I will say is that the focus on young people out of high school going into college to get a college degree, a liberal arts degree, or what a computer science degree, a cyber risk degree. I've met kids that are going to learn cyber risk. Why do you need a degree for that? That's ongoing. Go get a job. Go learn it on a job. Right? Don't spend 4 years trying to figure out what cyber risk is and taking sociology and psychology. That has nothing to do with cyber risk. Okay? Go get that job. Don't waste $60,000 on a degree when the industry you're going into is literally changing daily. Okay? As an example. But the focus on people going to college versus the trade schools. Guess what? We have a crunch of skilled labor. We don't have enough skilled labor. That's what's causing the inability to be able to help with building and such. And that's that. I'm really talking about another article that I read about this. But here's the thing about this particular article. Several packaged food companies have talked up price increases in recent weeks. Well, yeah. Of course they did. And guess what? These prices are going to stay. Some areas may fluctuate down a little bit, right? Like used cars may go down because why? We have the new cars, they'll have their chips. That'll stabilize, okay? But prices will still be higher than what they were previously, okay? But those will stabilize. That's obvious. Lumber prices, those will stabilize, right? So certain things like that where it was, from that standpoint, causing an inflation, those will stabilize. But the normal goods that companies are going to keep the prices, right? We're already seeing that, right? Go buy a bag of chips, right? You get a bag that's this size and it's half full. Now the bags are smaller sizes. They're calling the normal size a family size, right? But the pricing is changing or it's going up and we're getting less goods, right? Go get a hamburger at a hamburger joint. The meat is shrinking. They're going to have to start shrinking the buns so the meat doesn't look so small on these hamburgers. Okay. So there's certain things that we as consumers, we understand are happening. We're not stupid. We are willingly and willfully spending our money where we want to. It's our money. We get to do that. Okay. So what's happening though is that I think companies are starting to see and take an advantage of the opportunity, which that's a byproduct of mismanagement of government, mismanagement of certain situations and decisions of what's been going down the pipeline, and spending $4 trillion, giving away these monies to other countries. That sort of stuff is also a little bit disheartening for us taxpayers and stuff. And so as a small business owner, all these things affect you and I, and so we need to understand that. So again, if you like this content, you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified. If you like what I have to say, go ahead and give a thumbs up. If you have comments and concerns and some input, please add those in the comment section. Help the community. This is for you small business owners. I'm trying to give information so you and I are aware of it. We're all busy, we're all slammed, but I want to be able to help you guys understand what's happening and give my opinion. Right? I'm not an expert. I'm not an economist. I'm a business owner with common sense, understanding that sometimes the rhetoric that's being told out there in some of the outlets is we're going to call BS. Okay. And so I just want to be able to provide the common sense and see how we're able to help each other as a community of small business owners and help the employees that are working for us, help to communicate and clearly understand what is being said and what is not being said. All right. So thanks again. This is Robert Wolf with Terra Firma Business and Financial Consultants. I'm an asset coach and a tax strategist. Make it a great day.